Hi guys and welcome. Today is Sunday, January 5th, and we're going to do a card today using this free set that you can start getting on Tuesday. When you put in a $60 order, you can get this set for free with that $60. That's before taxes and shipping and handling, of course. All right. So I'm sorry, it's Roxy, and we're going to get started on this. Let me grab a card base. This is very vanilla. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right, and I think what I want to do is grab another piece of very vanilla. We're going to go tone on tone. I'm going to, though, cut this down to be 3 3/4 by 5. So 3 3/4 by 5. So that's 2 layers down from your normal layer. And then I think I want to do, and I'm going to wait to see which color I want, if I want to do a red or a pink. But we're going to wait and see what we want to do with that. Now at the same time, oh, I bet you I don't have one around. Let me see. Let me find something I can use. I could steal this from my printer, but I'll just take it from this. I'm also going to do a piece of copy paper. We used to call it typing paper, but I don't think anyone types anymore. So we're going to say copier paper. And we're going to do another 3 3/4 by 5. And the reason we're doing this is we're going to cut some shapes out of this, but we want a mask too. So we want the stitching, because I'm using the circle die from Unbounded Love. I'm going to use this little circle die. So we want the stitching to show up on the cardstock, but we also want to create a mask on that. So let me put that up over here for now. Is my light sending too much of a shadow? Is it better if I go like that? That's worse. If I come down like this, though, oh, that's even worse. All right. It's just trying not to use my overhead lights since they shine on the glass mat, and it's still a little early in the morning. All right, so let me go ahead. Let me grab my plate 1 and 2 of the 2s. And what we're going to do is we are going to cut some circles out of this. Now, I want to kind of get this centered here. So let me go over here to my 2.5 mark. So here's my 0. This is just a little zeroing. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. Oops. Let me just go ahead and put that down. The tape's not going to really stay on very well. I need to get new tape, just as long as it stays on long enough. Now that 3 3/4 is just barely going to fit into, oh, and it did move. Hang on. I'm going to get a new piece of tape. When I was rearranging my room, I also found another roll of this removable tape. So we'll go ahead and use this. Let's go back up there. Get these lined up. Get this at the 2.5 mark. That way it's zeroed. So this is the middle of that. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and bring this out, because after this I'll just eyeball it, because you know that is the Roxy way, just to eyeball things. Anyway, like I was saying, 3 3/4 means that you are just barely going to have enough room to get through. So make sure your plates are all the way flush. Oh, I lost. Let's see. Did I lose you guys? Oh, sorry. Don't know if my system is resetting itself, my internet. So let's go ahead and line these up. Now since everything is flush that way, hopefully it'll run through okay. I hope you guys weren't on. Oh, I did. This is the beginning of what I was afraid of. Alright. My typing paper didn't go with it. So let's try that again. Get this all lined up. It's going to be that way today. On the baby, you have to give it a little go, and if it doesn't go one way, go in the other way. There we go. Just being temperamental. Wants to embarrass me on my video. And you'll see that if this is your first time here, you'll see that I don't do edits on my videos. I will go straight from recording. I just check to make sure the sound is okay, and then I upload. I don't edit any of my videos, and I should have tacked that down a little bit more because see how oh, and the stitching is on the inside circle. So everything I just said doesn't matter because there's your stitching on the circle, and this does not have stitching on it. So you know what that means? That we can do this, and we'll go ahead. We want to get some of that tackiness off, and we'll use the other side. How about that? But we still want to line this up because we're going to use this as our template. Get this lined up again. So now I want to do a little offset here. Let's see this time if it behaves. Yep, much better this time. And line it back up. We'll use those circles for something later. Line it back up. Oh, there must have been something on my plate. There we are. Well, then we'll go. Oh, I must have moved. So we're just using this as a template, so it'll be alright if it's a little bit off. And then we'll do this one. Yeah, I think like right about there. We don't want it to be too matchy-matchy. We do, but we don't. There we go. We'll just go there. Alright, and that's all we're going to use the mini for. So we're going to put all of this over here on my work desk. And let's go ahead and remove that last one. Alright, So now we have my, let me put that there. We have my card base, or my card layer, and this. Let's see, what do I want to, let's see. Oh, because you know what? Any color I put underneath there, it's going to become that color anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to grab, I think, Flirty Flamingo. Let me see. Let me grab my cardstock in the pink range. These are my one layer down. You know what? No, let's use, I think that is Petal Pink. Let me see where I put my, everything is like all rearranged here. You know what, it doesn't matter. I believe this is Petal Pink, and I don't want to use Petal Pink. I'm going to use Bubble Bath. There we go. Let me put these back over here. My little file where I keep all the layers. And this one, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Usually I'll make it a very thin layer, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my template. Get that down where I think I want it to be. Let me put down, here's my transparent post-it notes that I use for if I'm using my big lights for my glare. So I want to block off any places that I might get wild and get color on my actual cardstock. Okay. Alright, let me grab my pink brush and let me grab, we'll do Flirty Flamingo. No, we're going to stamp with the Flirty Flamingo. Let's use Fresh Freesia. Let's go a little bit off the pinks. So let me grab my purple brush. And for that, I use a smaller one of the mini brushes. And all I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and get some color on that cardstock. It's not going to be very dark. It's just going to give that light little look. See, I'm starting off the copy paper and then going on. Alright, hopefully that's enough color. So we just want a little bit of a light trace on there. Alright. Let's see. Let's just kind of, yeah, that's just enough. I'm going to do a little bit more here. But I think, so that's good enough for now. Alright, let me put all of these back here. So if I don't, I'll wonder where they are when I'm using my overhead lights. I usually don't use my overhead lights this early in the morning just because it does do that glare, but these translucent post-it notes take that glare away. So I like them for that. Alright. So now we have this. I'm going to take now the heart from Documenting the Day, and I think yeah, I think that's good. Alright. I'm going to take this, I'm going to stamp on here. The good thing about these photopolymer is you can see if there's anything on there or if there's some area that's not inked very well. All right, so there's for that. Now we're going to come over here. This is going to be my overlay. So see how we got those hearts all lined up right there? I am going to go ahead and add some stamping to this. We're going to use the day. I'm going to figure, I think I have it cleaned off. So we're going to use day like that. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's ink this upside down. And I'm just trying to make sure that it looks like I have, and see, it looks like there's not a lot on that Y right there. So I'm going to come over here again. And you could use your brayer on this. I'm just going to hover and see. It looks like there's just a little bit there. Alright, so I'm going to line this up on my lines here. So this is somewhat straight. And hopefully this is straight too. So let me go ahead and come straight down. I like using this little tool I found on Amazon. I bought a 6-pack, so I have 5 more of them laying around here. But I find that they really help on these big solid stamps. Hopefully everything looks okay. Looks good. Alright, I was worried. Alright, so let's go ahead and close this up. Let me come over to Be My Valentine, that stamp set, because I want to have Happy Valentine's right above there. That's a happy accident. I didn't think that was going to fit. Let's see. And where is my Happy Valentine's Day saying? Oh, in my hand, I already grabbed it. Alright. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put regular tape over that day. I know it's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to put regular tape over that day, but I think it's going to hit that Y. So you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to ink it all up, and I'm going to wipe off that day. So let me put it on a block. You know what? Maybe I should do it dark. I'm going to clean it off. I'm going to do a darker color. I usually don't introduce so many different colors in a card, but I think I'm going to this time. I love this little cloth that we got with the glass mat. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm going to use Petunia Pop so it really shows up. Let's go ahead. You can really see that on there. And before I stamp it down, see how that is? Before I stamp it down, You can take, oh, wrong one. You can use a Q-tip. I happen to have these, what are called Fantastics. You know, that's from years of working at the Stamp Shack. It's amazing what I all accumulated. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that coloring off of that. And if there's a little bit of coloring left, I will go ahead and then just place an embellishment there. Just to be safe. I'm going to come in with my microfiber. I'm going to exhale on it. All right. So there is just a little bit of a smudge there, but I'll put a embellishment or something there. The tape really works the best, but in these early morning hours, it was really hard to see the tape. I guess I could have used my leftover washi tape, and I could have put that over, and it would have been the same thing. So what you would have done is just covered up the day like this, ink up your stamp, and then remove the washi tape. So let me show you what I mean by that. Alright, so see here, see how I have the word day almost covered up completely. Let me move this just a little bit more. I like telling you guys different ways to do things. So that's covering up. So see now, see how that day is all covered up? And then you would go into your stamp pad. Ink it up. Take off the tape and throw it away. I'm just doing this off camera really quick. And now you could also stamp that way. This is my paper mask. And see, I did have one little bit that I did do, but that also works. All right, just so you know, let me grab out my baby wipes. Now I have ink all over my fingers. Let's go ahead. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and add some color now to this. I have a little bit of that left over, so I am going to put just a little bit around the edge, just to kind of help offset it a little bit. I didn't add any ink, I'm just using that residual ink that's left over. I think I want to pop this up. That's going to add a little dimension. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this up. Ooh, it's about time to get some more packing tape on my, oh my goodness, packing tape on my dimensionals. Have you ever noticed that when I stop to think or stop to do something craft-wise, I kind of stop talking. I think that's the bohemian in me, where I start concentrating so much on one thing that I forget something else is going on. I want that to go right in the corner, but not like that just did it. I want that edge to go right up to the, there we go. Again, I want that to go right up to the edge. I think the others, are pretty well supported. Let's put a couple here in the middle. All right. Now let's go ahead. I'm not so much looking at where my shadows are. I'm looking to make sure I have a good edge around the outside here. And I am going to, do I have any red? I don't usually buy embellishments that have red on them. Isn't that terrible? Not smart, I guess. So let's go ahead. That's the, I have these two stuck together. Let's go ahead and use these pink from here. These are the In Color Shimmer Gems. Now, I hope these stick around, but what usually happens with In Colors is these gems will come out, and even though the colors are around for another catalog season, they'll change it. Did I not get that cut? They'll change it, and it might become, instead of being the shimmer gems, they might come back as like pearlized visions. So not always will they stick around 2 years in a row. I'm hoping they do because I like these. I bought a lot of packages of these, but we'll see. All right, so we got to cover up that boo-boo first. So I'm going to get one of the bigger gems to go right over that. You don't even know it's there. And let's get some lighter ones. Sorry, I didn't bring my putty out very good. I bought a lot of putty all at once and discovered that if you leave it turned out exposed too long, that it can kind of not be as tacky. So I just try, anytime now that I go to use one, I always take off what was there, twist it, and bring out some new. So this will be ready for next time. Okay, I think we're finally ready to put this all together. And since I already put my embellishments on, I'm just going to put the glue on this side. Leave that little bit of a border though, because we know that we're not going all the way to the edge. Kind of look. The glue allows you a little time to kind of move this around a little bit because it wasn't centered. Now it is. Alright, and I used a lot of different stamp sets, guys. Sorry about that. So there you are. Let me see if I can bring... There. Is that a little bit better? Not so much of a glare. So there you are. Let me show you what else I did with this stamp set. Oh, and I moved my glass mat. Did this, use that other stamp in there, that sun, and did the day at an angle. And then here is my scrapbook page. So this is my niece's wedding that we went to in Arizona the week before Christmas. So I asked for permission to show this because, you know, that is a picture of them getting married. And she said it was fine. There was, like, the photographer would be okay with it, a DJ or whoever took this picture. And she goes, she likes the page, so I will send it to her. So there you are. 2 cards in a 6x6 scrapbook page using Documenting the Day, a celebration set that is free when you order $60 before taxes and shipping and handling on my website. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Oh, and it doesn't start till Tuesday the 7th. Sorry. Thanks a lot, guys. Give me a thumbs up, share on your social media, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm still shooting for 500. Yes, I know, small goals, small goals. But have a great Sunday. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.